All right. Yes. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, God. I got an energy drink. I got coffee. It's draft time. I'm very jacked up. Now, full disclosure, I got day 2 of the combine on the DVR. I haven't watched it. I have no idea what is going on day 2. As soon as I end this live stream on Turn on TV, start getting caught up on day 2. So I have no idea what's happened so far, but and by the way, let me know what's going on if you want to. If you want to go ahead and clue me in on something that you're happy about, I'm all ears. I'm going to watch it sooner or later. I'm going to start off by explaining something that kind of confused a lot of people. The Chris Olave and I forget the Baylor receiver. Anyway, I'll go with Chris Olave. Chris Olave ran a 4.26. And then today his official time is 4.39. And a lot of people are like, what's going on? Well, Charlie Cassidy used to work for the NFL Network. He was the GM of the Redskins, the Washington football. Well, at the time they were Redskins, but the Washington football team. And longtime scout. And he would do the unofficial times for the NFL Network. And they replaced him. They got somebody else. So the times that you're looking at, the times that are quote unquote official times, is by the NFL Network. All NFL teams do something a little different. A lot of them use their own handheld times. A lot of their official times are secret. So when I say Chris Olave did a good thing, no, he's not 4.26. There might be a team that has him in the 4.2 range, but I'm going to go with his time being 4.39. That's what's available to me and you. But a lot of people are really confused on 4.26 and 4.39 because there's a big difference there, and that's just what it is at the NFL Network. That's kind of their official time. The unofficial time was what was reported, so that's why you saw the 4.26. Because when I saw 4.26, I actually just like ripped up my mock draft, my mental mock draft. By the way, my first video will come out Monday, and I was going to bounce. I was going to put Olave locked in at 13 to Cleveland. And the reason why is that Cleveland's probably going to lose Jarvis Landry. They're probably going to lose Kareem Hunt. They're going to lose Clowney. And they're in talks with Baker Mayfield. That's kind of a tough situation because, if you pay him the $40, $50 million that he wants, then you're in bad shape as a franchise. They tried giving him a low ball number, which I thought was fair, a 3-year, $90-something million deal. I think it was 93. And Baker's like, no, I want the big money. And I don't blame him, but he's not willing as of today to take the hometown discount. So I was going to put Olave at 13, which made a lot of sense because that team wants to revolve around running game. You put a sub 4.2 wide receiver who has first round tape. Came in at just a hair under 6'1", 188. So he's almost 6'1", 190 and 4.2 speed. Yeah, I put him right there at Cleveland. So now that he's a 4.39 guy, that's where I had him originally. I thought he'd run somewhere between 4.45, 4.35, and first round receiver. So I got that cleared up. Christian Watson, I'm a big fan of. Yes, I had no idea he was going to run that fast. Probably not going in the first round, but yeah, that real good time. Receivers look very, very, very good. One Pride, glad you're here, brother. I'm going to ask you and to the Lions fans because Willis put on a good show. I don't know if Alex is going to join me, but he put on one of the Texans fans put after Willis's combine performance at, hey, Texans available at 3 if you want Willis. Let's pump the brakes there. I'm not sure Willis is still going in the first round, but the mock draft that had Willis going to Detroit at 32 after the combine. How do you guys feel about that? Just posing that up. Slasher, man, you have got to be excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. 15, 16, and 19. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Red Sea. What's up, brother? Man, I know I'm excited. I'm excited. I know you're excited. I love this. Drake London not running. How does he affect? I think it's a negative. I think it's a negative, him not running. Trey Mcbride, another guy, opted not to run. There was some mock drafts I saw where Trey McBride could have gone, or let me rephrase that. I saw a few mock drafts where he was late first round. Trey McBride's a tight end out of Colorado State, opted not to run. I think that kills any opportunity he had of going first round. I thought in order for him to go late first round, I haven't watched a single play of Colorado State, so I have no idea. But what I heard was that they built the whole offense around the tight end, and he's exceptional. I'm thinking he'd have to run low 4.5s even to get like late first round consideration. Him opting not to run, I don't care what he runs as pro day, he can't go first round. So linemen today, not the edge rushers. There was a few running backs I wanted to see. Breece Hall is a guy I got a major man crush on. I want to see Breece Hall, Isaiah Spiller. I think there's a chance one of those guys could go late first round. Thornton, I'm trying to blank on that. Red Sea, shame on you guys extending Cliff. I was really surprised about that. But yeah. Funk, what's up, brother? Wide receivers look fast for sure. I like Watson. Started like Pierce before he had a good showing. Now I really like him. There's a lot of receivers. David Bell, even though he ran a 4.65, I still think that he's a really, really good player. I was at Pickens. I had no idea he was going to run that fast. But yeah. 4.39. Yeah. The kid's first round pick. But when I saw 4.26, I was going to put him at 13. Constantly hearing him mispronounce Olave's name. I pronounce Olave, Olave. I'm going to mispronounce names. I do that. That's why I always call my girl's baby. So Pierce reminds me of Jordy Nelson. Yeah, it kind of reminds me too. He ran, if I remember right, 4.39. I thought he was going to be a 4.6 guy. I don't know how many receivers are going first round. I have no idea how many receivers are going to go first round, but with how many good ones, there's going to be some like David Bell. I would love to see him in a Chiefs uniform. The Chiefs may be able to grab him like late second. I think he's going to go third, fourth round, and I think he could be a stud. So, Christian, there's a lot of guys that make a lot of sense for the Lions, and I actually won pride. There's a mock draft where the Giants trade up to 2. And if you're a Lions fan, you got to love that. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I think there's definitely I would be shocked if the Lions pick 32. I think they'll auction that. I think they're auctioning 32 right now. I think there's a very little chance that the Lions are going to hold pick 32. So, Pierce. I had no idea he was going to run that fast. Is there anyone you think is a can't miss prospect in this draft? No, there's a lot of guys I like. Can't miss. No, I wouldn't. To be honest, tell you the truth, and without looking, because I haven't watched today. If you want to give me somebody who I think is like almost a can't miss, barring injury, is Breece Hall, because I love this kid, and I think he's going to go, even with a good time, he's probably going to go, second, maybe even third round. And And I think he's going to be a really, really, really good running back. Is there anyone who can't miss? No. There's holes in almost everybody. Even the two tackle prospects. There's a lot of corners I like. There's a lot of wide receivers I like, but I can't miss. No, I don't think there's anyone who can't miss. Some people thought Burks had a bad combine. He really didn't. He interviewed really well. 4.55 is no problem. Debo Samuel ran a 4.53. So he had a good combine, and there's a lot of things to like, but on Twitter especially, there was a lot of people thinking he could go 3 to. I've seen this from Houston Texans Twitter, going 3, not due to Houston Texans, but a team trading with Houston, and I'm still not convinced he's a first round pick, but he did have a really, really good combine. And I think there's a strong possibility. This is an interesting quarterback draft because quarterbacks really impressed. My boy Ritter, I had no idea he was going to run a 4.5. He ran a 4.5 flat. And that's big because he came in at about 6'3.5", 211. He's got the frame to eat. He'll enter training camp at 220. And I think that teams are really going to be impressed with his maturity and ability to pick up an offense. The way I'm looking at the draft is starting at 20, I think maybe 26 at Tennessee, but definitely 27. Between 27 and 32, I think there's going to be a lot of trading. And there's a strong chance that there could be like 2 to 4 quarterbacks chosen between picks 27 and 32. So Pride, I've been mocking at least one of the two in them in every mock I do for the last month or so. This is a weird draft when it comes to quarterbacks because there could be 2 to 3 or there could be 5 to 6 quarterbacks. And I would start late in the first round, Tampa Bay at 27. They could take a quarterback. They could also trade up. They could trade down. Green Bay, I have no idea. I'm not buying that Miami's in love with Tua. And at 29, Miami, because they where do they also pick? John. They only have one? I could have sworn they had more. Miami could get creative. Kansas City, I'm telling you, Kansas City is obviously not going to draft a quarterback. I don't think Kansas City is going to pick at 30. Cincinnati at 31. I think that there's a Kansas City, I could see them. I think it's a strong possibility Kansas City trades up in this draft. I think Cincinnati will trade up in this draft. And Detroit, I don't think is going to pick at 32. So a lot of these teams I could see rolling the dice with a quarterback late in the first round. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good draft week. It's still open for a corner, linebacker, O-line, or DN. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You got 3 first-round picks. So Philly is going to trade one of them. I'm pretty sure. I think they pick 15 to 16. I think 19 they get creative and trade down. They could end up trading 16 as well. Philly's going to be a fun team in the draft. I love the fact that when I do my video, I'm going to do 15 and 16 together. So. Honestly, I think this draft is more beneficial to teams with late picks. To me, it's a good depth, but no studs. Teams could do the homework. Absolutely. I just mentioned David Bell. He's a guy, 3rd, 4th round pick with the 4.65 time. And I think he could be a day 1 starter as a solid number 2. He's a guy, actually, to tell you the truth, just watching him on tape, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. David Bell for Purdue, I think is better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. And because of that 4.65 time, you could get him in the 3rd, 4th round, and he could be a solid number 2, number 3 type of guy. Like Kansas City at 103. Give me a David Bell at 103 for Kansas City. Now, Kansas City likes those fast players. That Memphis wide receiver ran a 4.32 would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun for the Kansas City offense, and that's kind of what they've been. Anyway, I'm don't want to talk about the Chiefs quite a bit, but yeah. One of those 2 wideouts. Oh, okay, you're talking about the Lions, Funk. I'm sorry. Thornton, a Baylor wideout. Yeah, he ran the 4.21, and I think it was officially a 4.29. that helps him out quite a bit. North Dakota, yeah. I didn't think he was 6'5". I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he ran an official 4.36. I did not think. I heard about him. I haven't gone back and watched a lot of film, but it looks like 6'4", but I had no idea he was going to run a 4.36. He's a solid second round pick now. So. Watch out for those track guys versus guys. Yeah, absolutely amazement. And that's why I think a guy like David Bell is a guy that's going to slip because he ran the 4.65, but he can play. He can play. Listen to some of the guys who are Lions fans. They'll tell you they watch some Big Ten football. Watch David Bell. That guy's a football player, and there's going to be a team that drafts him and is going to be very, very happy. He's a football player. He's a really good football player. And he's also a big dude. Trayvon Burks is a guy I just absolutely love. He ran a 4.55 and didn't have real good jumps, but watch film on him. Debo Samuel, a lot of people forget, he ran a 4.53. He went in late second, if I remember correctly, and he's as good as it gets of a wide receiver. So, these 40 times. It's funny, they had like the top 40 times from wide receivers like of all time, and none of them are really studs. Look at John Ross. He ran that 4. John Ross is a big dude, ran a 4.22. And he's been on like team 4. Never really had that. I don't think he's never had 1,000-yard season. He's had some injury issues, but some guys play faster than they time. David Bell's one of them. And speed does kill. But a lot of times you get these track guys that just aren't football players. What do you think of Dallas potentially releasing Cooper? That will hurt Dak. I think so. Here's the deal. Amari Cooper was Dallas's number one guy, and then CeeDee Lamb is a number one wide receiver, but he was definitely robbing. And so what doing this is that you're going to have CD Cooper, you're going to have Michael Gallup, you're going to use that tight end, and then what they'll do is that they'll bring in another wide receiver in the draft. But yeah, it will hurt Dak. It'll hurt Dak quite a bit, and also put a lot more pressure on CeeDee Lamb. Now, CeeDee Lamb has the ability to he's got more athletic potential than Cooper, but he's not a better player. And then whoever picks up Cooper is going to get a stud. Whoever picks up Cooper is going to be a stud. So yeah, it'll hurt. I think Dallas would make a mistake. I loved when Amari Cooper left the Raiders because I thought him and Gruden would get along great, and for some reason or another they clashed, and I don't remember the reason why. But this is a really, really, really good wide receiver. I'm a big Amari Cooper fan. Chiefs fans think they can get him. No, he's going to be too expensive. I agree with that. Then they pick a linebacker, Walker over Hall. All right. I get why, but I don't think so. In my opinion, but I mean, excuse me. Both are 3-down backers. I think both are about the same speed, and the thing is, Hall's got like 20 pounds on him. That's why. But I mean, dude, you're a Michigan State guy. Of course, you gotta say that. Asking price for Andre Dillard per rumors is a first. Yeah, it should be, but you're not going to get that for him. You'll probably end up getting a third, if that. And it's a damn shame because coming out of Washington State, I love this guy. I mean, his pass protection skill set was just phenomenal. So, yeah. Dan, the most realistic, I trade up for the Giants and Lions. Giants get 5-3, 36, and 2023 first. Lions get 297, 223 third. Yeah. I mean, that would be realistic, and I think it'd be great. If I'm Detroit, I just want more picks in this year's draft. maybe more later round picks, and you probably wouldn't get that. But I saw a mock trade where the Giants go up to 2. And if you're a Lions fan, you would absolutely love that because in this particular mock draft, they go up to 2. The Giants go up to take Icky, Ukun, or whatever, out of NC State, the tackle out of NC State. So that means at 5, you're either going to get Hamilton, Thibodeau, or Hutchinson. One of those 3 is going to be available, and you can kind of choose which one you want. And that's the direction I would see the Lions in. So you still get one of the 3 premier defensive players in the draft, and then you also get some draft capital. And that would be a fair. I think that would be a good trade for both teams, to be perfectly honest with you. I 100% agree with this. I 100% agree with this. I think all the quarterbacks had a really good combine. All the quarterbacks have a really good combine. Ritter's 40 time is very impressive because there's going to be a team. I think there's a chance he goes to Washington at 11. Ritter does, not Willis, but Ritter goes 11, and he's a day 1 starter. And they say, okay, we're just going to use some zone read. We'll have you do some running plays like Josh Allen does, and Josh Allen did for Buffalo, some direct runs. Hopefully, I'm saying that. There's a lot of things I really like about Ritter. All the quarterbacks actually had a really good combine. That's why there could be multiple quarterbacks chosen late in the first round. You could see 5 or 6 go in the first round. You could also see 2. That's the best part about draft. You just don't know. Funk, who do you compare Pierce to? What's funny is I liked Ritter more last year than I liked Fields. You guys know I liked Ritter quite a bit. I don't know if I liked him more than Fields though. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. No comp. Funk. Lions fan thinking optimistically, Hunt sounds like a bit much to move up 3 spots. I think it's a fair trade. The Lions, what they want is more picks. The Lions just hit a home run in last year's draft. If you hit on about 50% of the players, you're doing an A-plus job. They hit on everybody they drafted last year. Even the 7th round pick, he made the team. And then I think he had like 1 or 2 starts, if I'm correct, a running back out of Oregon State. I'm drawing a blank on his name. The 4th round corner, no way in hell I'd get his name right. He ended up being a starter towards the end of the year. The linebacker they got, Barnes out of Purdue, ended up being a pretty good player. McCall, the 3rd round pick out of NC State. He started, I think, since day 1. I think he started every single game. Levi Smith, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. He had kind of a down year, but he also sat out, and he doesn't really belong in a 3-4 defense. But these guys got massive upside, so I think he'll have a bounce back year. And then Penae Seoul played really well as a rookie. So the Lions just want to get more picks because they did an A-plus job last year with their rookies. So. Yeah, and here's what he did. He just used a value chart, and by the way, the Lions are going to auction off that number 2. So even though I thought Funk did a pretty fair job, I got the chart in front of me, and I can tell you that what Funk said was fair. And what would be a lot of fun for the Lions if that trade went through is they would have 3 number 1s next year, which they would use for a quarterback. I didn't even see the 97 in there on blind. It is. It's a good trade. It's a good trade. You can't compare Amon-Ra to Bell. No, okay. No. I'm not comparing the 2. I'm just saying, coming out last year, Bell's a better prospect than Amon-Ra. That's all I'm saying. He's a better prospect. He really is. He is. I'm not taking anything away from him. Just Bell's a better prospect. And Bell will probably go before the 4th round. Well, he may not go before the 4th round. There's a lot of wide receivers in this draft. But Bell's a guy who there's a team that's going to get him in the 3rd or 4th, maybe late 2nd, and it's going to be very happy with him. Look what Chicago gave up for Trubisky and what the Jets gave up for Don. No, you're right. You're right. They'll play faster. And so, yeah, 100%. 100%. 40 times can be a little. Absolutely. I still like Pickens, even though some people say he lost value. No, who said he lost value? He ran like a 4.41 or something ridiculous. He's a big dude. I think I would be surprised because I kept on hearing third round. He runs 4.41. I think he jumps up the second round. So. Slasher says, I don't like any of the quarterbacks in this draft either. Whoever was talking about that, this is maybe the first draft ever. I've not liked the QB. Malik Willis is great in the combine, but his tape is eek. The 2013 draft, where the Kansas City Chiefs had the number 1 pick in the draft, and I was like, Jesus. Because you had 2012, you had Andrew Luck. 2011, you had Cam Newton. 2013, Chiefs need a quarterback. No quarterback goes in the first round. I still remember Chiefs fans, every Chiefs fan. I'm going to tell you something. About 50% of Chiefs fans in 2013 were begging the Chiefs to take Gino Smith number 1. About 50% of Chiefs fans. They'll all deny it today, but you used to see it all over social media. Gino Smith, you have to draft the quarterback. You have to draft the quarterback. You had first draft. And Gino Smith, remember, he went to the combine. He went to the Music City Radio Hall, wasn't drafted, threw a little hissy fit. And that was kind of indicative. And by the way, when he did get a chance to play last year, he showed some maturity and he kind of grew up, but he didn't play bad. I don't think he'll be an NFL starting quarterback barring injury ever again, but that draft was worse than this one. There's all the quarterbacks at the combine did well, and we could see anywhere from 2 to 6 go in the first round. But I like Ritter. I'm gonna pause this because I'm gonna read amazements and I'll go into more detail about the quarterback. Makes more, yeah, absolutely. The 2023 draft's gonna have some really good quarterbacks. What do you make of QB Pickett being tagged for having small hands? I mean, it can be a problem, especially. Okay, I want to talk about this in great detail. Pickett's hand size is 100% an issue. 100%. He will have the smallest hands of any quarterback in the NFL, and he's probably going to go first round. It's a big deal because the first team on the board, I think that's interested in drafting a quarterback, and I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm taking them off because they put their they publicly are backing Jones, but let's be honest, that's may not. So let's just say the first team would be Denver at 9. All right, Denver at 9. Okay, let's just argue. Carolina, okay. Carolina, I'm taking Carolina off too. All right. Denver at 9. All right. Outdoor stadium, snow in Kansas City, snow in Denver. If you're Denver, would you want to take Pickett? You might just take him off your board in round 1. You may just say, hey, it is a problem. It is a problem. Carolina, on the other hand, Carolina may not have an issue with it. He could go 6. Washington, there's issues with weather in Washington. Do you want to put him at Washington? Would Ron Rivera have a problem with it? I think he would. And I think Denver may pose some red flags there. Cleveland at 13. The issue with Pickett is that it's going to bother some. It's going to bother some teams. Me personally, if I play in inclement weather, Kansas City, Denver, Washington, Buffalo's not going to draft a quarterback, but Buffalo, Cincinnati, I don't take Pickett. It's an issue. He had a lot of fumbles in college. David Craig, a lot of people, you probably never heard of David Craig. David Craig fumbled more than any other quarterback in NFL history. His name was Mudbone because he was tough as 99-cent steak. Had some great plays. Never will be a Hall of Famer, but he had better stats than many Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Played in the NFL forever. Really fun player. He was like 6 foot, 195, and just made lots of plays. Anyway, had small hands, fumbled more than any other quarterback in NFL history, fumbled a lot. It's an issue. Some teams not going to like it. However, there's going to be an NFL team that's going to look at the tape. He threw at the combine really well. He's big enough. He's athletic enough. And there's going to be a team that's going to like him. And he will get drafted. He might be the first quarterback off the board. I kept on hearing that everybody's got him as number one quarterback. I'm not so sure because of the hands. And it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Pardon my pun. But yeah, it's a big deal. I don't even know how to measure hand size. I think it's like you go from thumb to pinky. I think it's like this. I don't know. I would love to measure my own hand size just for fun. But yeah, absolutely. It's a big deal. And that's why this draft is really interesting because I think there's going to be a handful of teams that are going to say we're not going to draft you. And this is why Pickett may not go number one. He's definitely not going to Jacksonville, but there's a reason why Pickett may not be the first quarterback off the board. And it's hand size, and it's a big deal. Where's Red Sea? I'm going to admit I was really surprised. So, someone suggested Carolina might want to move up. Carolina has no day 2 pick, so I would ask for Chin in the 2023 second rounder for the number 2 pick. Don't see them moving up though. No, Carolina, I definitely won't see them moving up. I could see them moving down though. Spoiler alert. A lot of people have Carolina taking a quarterback, but you give up a number 2, and I was a number 2 and a number 5, if I remember right. Maybe it was a 2 and a 6 for Darnold. I think it's a little too soon to throw in the towel on Darnold. That's just my opinion. Of course, maybe they saw enough of them. But I think Carolina would be a prime candidate to move down, but not up. But if you're the Detroit Lions, would you want Chin and a second rounder and the 6th pick in the draft for number 2? Absolutely, you take that in a heartbeat. I love Jeremy Chin though, and I don't think Carolina wants to move him. Homeland, what's up, brother, man? These linemen are moving fast. That's a fast track. And I got it on DVR, so I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm actually, you know what? I'm seriously, the Patriots are such a fun team because you could look at almost any different. Nobody has any clue to what the Patriots are going to do at 21. The Patriots are such a fun team because you can look at 5 different mock drafts. You have 5 different positions. You have no clue what they're going to do. They could trade up. They could trade down. The Patriots are going to be really fun. I've had a really hard time at what they're going to do. I'm going to be honest with you. I have my pick for 21. I do have a pick for the Patriots, but to be honest, we have no clue. I get names wrong. One Pride. You know that I know who he is. I'm going to get the name wrong. You probably will. Your base package will be the nickel, and you'll have Ozarike, McNeil, and what you'll see is that you'll have two good defensive ends. So I heard some people say Pickens struggled with some of the other drills. I usually take Pickens in my second of my mocks and Watson or Pearson third. It's funny because most people might flip that, but Pickens at 34, that would be interesting. I'll be honest with you. Even with the good 40 time, I think Pickens at 34 might be a tad bit of a stretch. If you're going to circle Pickens, you may even want to trade down a little bit, and just put this. Michael Pittman went 34 to the Colts. I think it was 2 years. Was it last year or 2 years ago? And Pickens is not considered that type of prospect. So if you take him at 34, you're reaching. But I do like him. I do like him. I like about 7 or 8 quarterbacks this year. I just don't love any of them. There's a lot of. Here's the thing. I mean, you could have 2 quarterbacks. You could have 6. I mean, Carson Strong. I by the way, my DVR kind of jacked up. I didn't see it, but somebody told me Carson Strong threw a ball that went like 70 or 80 yards in the air. He's a guy who could go late first round too. And I know you love that Zap kid. I haven't watched him play. So Pickett's hands are exact same size Michael Vick's were. Vick wasn't known as a fumbler. I didn't know his hand size was the same as Vick. I didn't know that. All I know is that if Pickett's when he starts an NFL game, he probably will this year, his hands will be the smallest. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. He played in Philly outside in the weather. I didn't know it was the same. I really didn't. I honestly didn't. But I don't think it matters because it's still small and he did fumble a lot. Vic didn't fumble a lot in college. Let me tell you something. He's going to go in the first round, but it is going to affect his draft stock. There's going to be a team that's going to say we're not interested. And I think look at Denver. Denver would be a prime candidate. Is Denver going to say no? We're going to do something different. I was just watching some Blue Mountain State. oh God, that is such a great show. I love Blue Mountain State. Did you watch the movie? It's called Welcome to Thadland. And oh God. By the way, if you've never seen Blue Mountain State, watch some Blue Mountain State. It is funny. I love it. It's like, boy, that guy loves cocaine. Yeah. They got the actor. Matter of fact, Alec Rickman, he plays Thad. I watched him that Amazon show Reacher. And the dude just ballooned up. I mean, he's huge for that show. But I like that dude as an actor, man. He's a good actor. But Blue Mountain State's awesome. If you've never watched Blue Mountain State, watch some Blue Mountain State. Walker ran a 4.4. Holy shit! Oh wow! I was expecting 4.6. Wow. Golf fans are the same size as Brady. One guy has issues. The other guy wears 2 gloves and is throwing him when the weather sucks and he has rings. Go figure. I've been lurking. I'm sorry your migraines are bad. What you're missing is some people want to make fun of you for the Kingsbury extension. I would love to get your input because I, for one, am surprised. But yeah. Did you ever see Division III's football? No, I haven't. I have not. You're not as bad as I think I'm worse than Luke. Pride. No. Walker from Michigan State. The running backs are running, and I was. By the way, that helps Walker's. I seriously expected him to run 4.65. Around 4.6. If he ran 4.44 flat, that's huge. He just bounced his draft stock up from being. I thought he'd be like 3rd, 4th round. If he ran a 4.4 flat, he's 2nd, and I'm going with 5'10", 210. So if he's 5'10", 210, and he runs a 4.4, that puts him in the 2nd round. Maybe late first, maybe. Yeah, making fun of your team for re-signing Kingsbury now, free half W. Yo, Pride, I've been saying Kingsbury is a problem for a while. Alex, man, welcome, brother. Me and Alex did a little chatting on Twitter. There's some Texans fans that think that due to Malik Willis's combine, due to combine performance by Willis, somebody may want to trade up to number 3. And I think Alex is, me and Alex are on board like Texans fans. No, nobody wants Willis at 3. So, Pride, I was going to say wait for the official time if he said that. One probably quick question: did the Lions make the playoffs? Thibodeau talked to the Texans and later said he loved playing Houston with Love. He compared himself to Clowney, called himself. Yeah, I didn't see the Clowney 2.0, but I saw multiple things where Thibodeau would love to play in Houston, and that's smart because here's the thing. In that Tampa 2 defense, Thibodeau would thrive. If I'm the Houston Texans, that's my number one player. Red Sea, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate it. What I'm going to do is I'm just kind of going to chat because I haven't even watched the running backs, so I'm kind of just going to wrap up relatively soon. I'm not going to do last week. I think I went on for over 2 hours. I'm not going to go near as long because I want to watch the combine. Dude, I do. You can hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram. I do want you on the show here in the near future. I do want to talk Arizona. I got the Trev chart. Arizona picks 23rd. So it'd be next month because I'm going to start Monday with Jacksonville and I'm going to do one a day, except for Philly. I'm going to do 15, 16 together. But I want to get you on either before or after I do the Cardinals pick. I already have a mental selection for the Cardinals, and I don't think you're gonna like it. A little trash talk here. Did your Cardinals make it out of first round of the playoffs? Red Sea, quick question: Did your team get your hopes up just to laugh in your face again? Alex, at least the guy does not lack confidence. I'd rather be absolute trash and be mediocre and get bounced in the first round of playoffs than absolutely get blitzed by a 1-win team. Free agent JC Jackson has been linked to the Texans, would be a strong addition to the roster. JC Jackson would be a strong addition to anyone. I love JC Jackson, and he's an elite corner. I don't know. I personally don't think he'd be a good fit for the Texans because J.C. Jackson is a great man corner. And if you're the Houston Texans, you want big physical corner, which J.C. Jackson is, but you don't need a man corner. You need guys that can be big and physical and play in that zone Tampa 2 type of system. And the reason why you don't want a man corner like J.C. Jackson is because he's going to be expensive. And you have holes everywhere else. One big positive about the Tampa 2 defense is that you can skimp on corners. And that's very, very, very important, is because you have to figure out a way to pay other guys, especially if you're going to get a guy like Thibodeau, because if he can live up to that potential, just imagine how much money he's going to want. So, Funk, when he compared himself to Clowney, who wasn't super well liked in Houston for his underperformance during his tenure here. My bowling league ends in April or so. Dude, that's awesome. I know you love bowling, but anyway. Alex, I did not say he was. Hey, One Pride and Funk, how was that 10 wins? In all fairness, they did not say 10 wins. There was a guy who went on Luke G's show who predicted 10 wins, and he was full of shit. And the reason why I know he was full of shit because he did not mortgage his house and try to bet on over 4.5 wins. I think Funk was going for 6, if I remember right, but I'm not sure about One Pride. But they were going, they were thinking 6 was realistic, and I was like, oh, no, that might be a stretch, but they neither one of them said 10. I've already talked to Dan about this, but as DC and Pitts are eyeing a QB, and Pitts especially are looking at Willis, I can see a trade back with them. How many seconds in a strong wide receiver class? Pittsburgh is eyeing Willis, but I'm telling you this right now, they're not going to go 20 to. I hate my neighbors. I absolutely hate my neighbors. I don't even know if you guys heard that or not. It sounds like they're just throwing bowling balls down on the ground. Anyway, one of these days I'm going to move out of this apartment, and I will no longer have to deal with them. I hate them. They suck. They suck. Getting jacked up on energy drink. I have coffee. But Houston, I'm gonna level with you, Alex. I don't think Houston is interested in trading out 3. I really don't. And I know Pittsburgh is interested in Willis, but I think Pittsburgh's a team that would be more than likely to look at a veteran quarterback, because Pittsburgh, in my opinion, I think didn't really have good quarterback play last year. I really don't. And they also had a lot of injuries along that defensive front. That's why Flores being signed as an assistant coach. I think he's like a linebacker coach or something like that. He's going to help the front 7. Pittsburgh's a sneaky team in the AFC next year, and they could be looking internally as saying, you know what? We gave Big Ben his last hurrah and everything, but he didn't play that well. That he was not a threat to go downfield. He was not a playmaker. You could put a veteran in that offense. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a big Jimmy Garoppolo fan. You put Jimmy Garoppolo on that same Steelers team, have that defensive line, because they gave up a lot of running yards last year. Have that defensive line shored up, put Jimmy G on that team. That's probably a 12-win team. Kansas City won 12 games last year. So, yeah, that's why I know Pittsburgh's being public about liking Willis, but I'm not so sure. And I think that Pittsburgh might be a team. I'm telling you right now, Pittsburgh is a team in the AFC. They get a veteran quarterback. That's a dangerous team, because I don't think Roethlisberger played very well last year. Red Sea, how was it like to choke away the division to the Rams? Damn, God, man, there's some. One Pride, where did you place in a week or two on a rebuilding team? Oh, Jesus. Willis is not good enough for Houston to draft. Mills and him would be looked at as similar prospects if they in college. Mills is going to have a great second season. I 100% agree with you, Alex. If Mills was in this draft, he would be quarterback number 1. Hands down. I'm gonna tell you something really crazy. It would not surprise me if we're having the same conversation next year, and in the AFC South, Mills is the best quarterback in AFC South. It would not surprise me is that by the end of the 2022 NFL season, if we're ranking AFC South quarterbacks, as Mills is the best one. You have Tannehill. Let's just say for right now, even though there's trade talk, let's say if Tannehill, you have Wentz, you have Mills, and you have all right, I drew a complete blank here. You have Tannehill, God damn it, I got Trevor Lawrence and Tannehill. Okay, Tannehill, Lawrence, Mills, and I literally just said his name. All right, anyway, fuck it. Bad with names. Mills could be the best quarterback in the AFC South next year. I think he's that good. I mean, I think that this is a guy who would easily be quarterback number one in this draft. He is, and here's the thing, they're going to build this team around Mills, and you got a legitimate number one wide receiver. You got another fucking name breakdown. The kid out of Michigan who was a rookie last year. Really liked that kid a lot. There's a lot of things to like. A lot of things to like. Mills is a guy. Watch out for. Yeah, I said that they would never win more than 5. Then I would win. Then I would add they would win 2 extra games because they played up for the coach and 1 because the other team played down. But yeah, good thing the girl call her baby when having sex one tried. That is my as I'm telling you this right now. Do not call a girl the wrong name by having sex. So. And make sure she doesn't have a penis. That's my other piece of advice. I'm not saying if you like penis, there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying if you think it's a chick and it has a dick, you may be a little weird. Oh, damn. My boy ran an unofficial 4.44. Oh, man. That could put him in the first round. I wonder. I got it on DVR, so I'm gonna check it out. But I was told he'd be like 6'1", 220 to 225. If he's somewhere in there and runs a 4, if he's over 220, ran a 4.44, that may put him in the first round. I love this guy's game. That's a great time. I was expecting like high 4.5s, low 4.6s. Wow. That's my boy. That may block him in the first round. Jimmy G getting cut saves like 20. Yeah. He could get cut. I know he's going to have surgery, so I don't know what the trade possibilities are. I don't think there's a trade possibility. I don't think there's a team that's really going to trade for him. I think teams are going to excuse me. I think teams are just going to see what happens. And then, talk to him, and then I think he'll get signed this summer. And it could work out where he could end up. I think Pittsburgh would be a great spot for him because that offense is perfect for Jimmy G. So I disagree when it comes to trading back. Cassio's made it clear Houston's third pick is up in the air if the right price is there. You must remember Cassio comes from New England, still runs. I get that. Alex, I get that. I understand. I really don't think they're going to move from 3. I really don't think so because I think that you're going to get an elite defensive player at 3. Dan, my Friday league ending would mean I could possibly return to regular Friday shows. I currently do Monday night streams on my buddy, the Cardinal. If I would love to collab with people. If I would love to be able to come on and guest on another show. Just throwing it out there, and I would love to have you come in. So that's awesome news for me because every time I've had somebody come on, it's always been great. And I definitely want you to come on because I'm going to warn you. I'm not going to reveal who, but I don't think you're going to like my pick. But we got between now and 23, we got quite a bit. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't think you're going to like my pick. I'm going to warn you. I don't think you're going to like it. I think it's a great fit, but I'll be honest. I in my mock draft I have right now, I got 1 through 4 as a lock, and I think the draft gets really creative with the Giants at 5 because I'm telling you this right now. I'm like 90%, maybe. I think I'm more like 75+% sure the Giants are not picking 5 and 7. One of those picks is going to be traded. But there's no trades in my mock draft, so I'm going to go 5, and then I'm going to go 7. But I'm convinced one of those picks is going to be gone. I think there's almost no chance that they're going to pick. And I'm dying to see what they do. They could trade up, they could trade down. I think that they keep. My personal opinion is I think they keep 5, and I think 7 is gone, and I don't know where or who. And that New England still runs in his veins. I get that. I 100% get that, Alex. I'm telling you this right now. That you're going to stick at 3. So. My bad. I was like, I'm probably going to wrap up here. I'm not going to stay on the air too long because I haven't had a chance to watch any of it. And if Walker and Breece Hall just ran 4.4s, I really want to watch this because if Breece Hall, I want to see the rest of what he does, because if he's at 225, if he's plus 225, I think he played at like 228. If that's the case, then I think he may punch his first round ticket. Walker at 4.4, I think solidifies the second round, but I want to see what he weighs at too, because I heard he's going to be like 5'10", 210, and he'd have to put on what I call the NFL 20, but he'll probably enter training camp at over 215, maybe 220. So. One Bride, haven't you guys been rebuilding since Barry retired? Man, kind of trash talking, man. If I had Mills going to Tampa at the end of the first, I thought he would have fit in there perfectly. I thought about that too. I didn't have that because I didn't think Mills would go in the first round. But it'd make a lot of sense. And I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious, and I don't know if Amazement's still in the chat or not, but what is Trask even in running the start? Because it seems like they drafted Kyle Trask, I think that's his name, in the bottom of the second round last year, and apparently he's not even in consideration. Normally you draft a quarterback, you haven't said under Brady, it would make sense. Apparently he's not even considered. So Mills played his junior year of college against NFL defenses. He has gained good experience. Yeah. Mills is good, folks. Mills is really, really good. It's all good. Thanks, man. Lawrence, Tannehill, Mills went. Yeah, I don't know why I can't. We got 5-game winning tie in 2009. Oh, God, I love the talent. Mills is an arm talent. He can run, but he is not to the effect of the modern QBs. He can easily expand plays, considered an older quarterback, but he fits in Pep and offense with a heavy horseshoe run scheme. And I'm telling you this right now. I like this. If you haven't seen this Mills kid play, the arm talent's crazy. And this is somebody who's a Chiefs fan. I mean, Mahomes got more arm talent. But, I mean, he doesn't have Mahomes or Rodgers' arm talent, but it's on that next tier. It's really, really crazy. It's really, really crazy. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's the best quarterback in the AFC South next year. He's really good. He's really good. Now, I'm here for you, man. One Pride, I'm here for you, man. Not only do I have to give not only we talk some awesome football stuff, that girl you're talking with some great advice. Do not get a case of one-itis. You know, you're young. You're like 24, man. So you should have like 4 or 5 different girls. So yeah, and he's got. I love. I mean, I'm not a Texans fan, but I love Mills, and he's going to be a lot of fun. What's funny is I have Magnum condoms in my room. All right. Dan, I already have bad migraines. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys. So, Lovey came out and say they're looking for a horseshoe running back. Many good running backs in day 2, plus many great wide receivers in grade 2. Going to be a great day for wide receiver and running back talent. Absolutely. Let me see here. I know you pick at 37. I'm going to bring up Houston's all their draft picks right now. And then you got 68 and 80. I would have said if Breece Hall didn't run a 4.4 and Walker didn't run a 4.4, either one of those guys might be available in the third round. I think both those guys will be gone. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if you use 68 and try to get back late in the first round for a running back or a receiver. There's some really good players. There's some really good players that are going to be available. 37 is going to be a fun pick for you guys because you're going to get probably a first-round talent, and it'll be interesting. You may take a running back. I'm going to tell you something. Breece Hall, if he becomes your starting running back, if you get Breece Hall 37, he'll be your starting running back, and you guys are getting a stud if you haven't had a chance to watch him yet. Without watching the combine, which I'm going to do here soon, not getting to wait for Walker, because if Walker ran a 4.4 flat and he came in at like 220 or over 215, 37 I think would still be a reach. But I mean, watch some film on him. But I mean, I like Breece Hall better than Walker, of course. You know, One Pride likes Walker better. Has nothing to do with the fact he's a Michigan State fan. God, I love the trash talk. Why Friday? What's that funk? That's a Trevor Penning is a monster. Yeah, he's a big dude. I'm not convinced he can play tackle. I think you might have to move him inside the guard, but I haven't watched his footwork. I haven't watched his time. I know everybody's calling him a tackle. I don't know if he's a tackle in the NFL. I will forever laugh at the Cards. And, you know, I'm okay. Let me do this here because I don't think Kingsbury's done a good job. I'm surprised that I was surprised when they hired him. I was surprised that they hired him. I was surprised they gave him an extension, but he hasn't done a bad job. The extension does surprise me a little bit. Supposedly, I think I heard this correctly. Kingsbury and Kyler Murray have the same agent, so the rumor was that they're going to extend Kingsbury and get Murray's. I may have that. One Pride would have to kind of chime in a little bit with the Murray talk. I was talking with a Giants fan about a week ago, and I said, "Who do you think quarterback's going to be in 2022?" He said Kyler Murray. And that would be really interesting. So, well, he's 100% a guard in the NFL. He's too heavy to play tackle. Think 330 can play tackle. 330 can play tackle. Orlando Brown, the Chiefs starting left tackle, is 350. He's like 6'8". But you can play. You can be a tackle at 330. I just think Penning is a guard, but everybody's calling him a tackle. But I don't know if he's too heavy, but I don't think he's going to be a tackle. I think right now everybody's calling him a tackle. I think he moves inside. I'm drawing a blank on his first name. Leatherwood, the Raiders' first round pick, they penciled him as a tackle. And he played left tackle at Alabama. He played right tackle in the pros, and they had to move him inside. And it wasn't that to do with size. It's just that he just couldn't handle it. He may move back outside the right tackle next year. I think the plan is to have him start at guard. Was it Austin Jones, I think it is. He was slated to play left tackle. He was the 18th overall pick 2 years ago for the Dolphins, and now he's moved to inside, and he's actually struggling. He may lose his job. So, okay, they do have the same age. I thought I heard that right. Yo, Dan, I'm logging off. Can't wait for the draft. It's going to be a great one for most teams. Have a great night. Start drinking coffee with cocaine. Okay, I see the line's going to do. Okay, anybody see anything like this? Block this motherfucker. This is just some bullshit. Some of you guys got wrenches. Whoever's got a wrench, you see any bullshit like this, block, get rid of him. I'm going to block him right now. Block user. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I thought it was my router. So, okay. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. But it is a, I do want to kind of wrap up because I have not had a chance to watch any of the combine. I'm dying to watch the combine. I'm also dying to get some information. Don't forget, listen, before I log off, just number one, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Monday is my first video. I'm going in draft order, so Jacksonville will be number 1. I'm doing that Monday. The Lions will be Tuesday at number 2, and then Houston will be Wednesday at number 3. So all my videos, I'm going to start coming out. I'm going to try to keep the videos between 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even shorter. I kind of want to give like some, like who they could pick. And then I'll like at the very end to just reveal, oh, this is who I'm going to take. And then anybody, and then on the thumbnail, I'm going to try to have like my running total. And then when free agents come available, if it affects the draft, I'll do a retraction video. I'll explain the reorder of the draft. So, look, hey, listen, I'm going to wrap up because I want to get to watch. I want to see these great 40 times that these running backs are doing. It looks like it's going to be a great combine. On the 13th is when my YouTube TV comes to an end, so I won't be able to watch any TV. So between now, I'm going to watch as much combine stuff as I possibly can. Like I said, Monday will be my first video. Please put some comments in the videos. Please put a comment below if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up. If there's nothing else, I'm going to log out of here and I'm going to start watching the combine. Listen, you can always, Alex, me and Alex go back and forth on Twitter. Me and Corey, aka the Red Sea, we chat on Instagram. All my social media links are below. And you can always, if you're not a fan of social media, like I know my boy Funk does not like using social media, you can always email me. I get the notifications directly on my phone and I will email you back. I have no problems doing that at all. I need to see Division 3. I will put it on my to-do list. I don't know if it's available on YouTube TV. I do have something called Plex. I don't want to go into detail about it, but I think it's on Plex. I'm almost positive it's on Plex. If it is, I will watch it here in the near future. So they play. I will check it out. So listen, I'm going to log out of here, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Follow me on social media, man. Follow me on social media. If you haven't already, follow me. I will follow you back, and you can always email me. And guys, I'm out of here. And I will see everybody back Friday. Don't forget, Monday's my first video. So watch my videos. Let me know what you think of my mock draft. And I'll see you guys next Friday.